Hello, this is the second lesson in the Stephens Hypnosis Method. If you haven't viewed the first one, please do that, as every lesson is built on every other lesson that has preceded it. This series is part of a 20-hour course that, when completed, you'll earn 20 continuing education units from the American College of Hypnotherapy. The textbook for this training is the Hypnosis Workshop by Jeff Stephens and David Barron. It's designed to be used in conjunction with this video training. You will find that there is a great deal of overlapping information, and you'll find that much of the information in the workbook is not provided in the video training. Likewise, you will find that during the video training here, much of the information is not provided in the workbook. I highly recommend, therefore, that you get the book and use it to follow along with the lessons. The link to the book is provided below. This second video lesson, you'll get a very quick overview of the 10 steps of the Stephens Hypnosis Method. We won't go into depth yet into each of the steps. The lesson's purpose is to really give you a brief outline of each of the steps and to show you the order that they are in and why they are in that order. Future video lessons will go into depth with each of the steps, and we'll discuss how the concept is integral to this hypnosis process. Now, many hypnosis trainings begin with the concept of the pre-talk. The purpose of the pre-talk is to prepare the client for the hypnosis session. The Stephens Hypnosis Method generally skips the pre-talk because the client, I can promise you, is all ready to be hypnotized. In fact, Jeff Stephens himself, when doing hypnosis, considered his entire pre-talk to be the question, what do you want? And as a general rule, the very least that you need as a pre-talk is to know the outcome of the client, and then to instruct the client how to respond to your instructions. That's it. However, if there is a form of pre-talk that you prefer, that you're comfortable with, that you feel works for you, please, by all means, go ahead and use it. So let's start with the 10 steps. Step 1, the very first step in the Stephens Hypnosis Method, is what's called the acts of compliance. Now, you may remember in the previous video the concept of giving the subject directives and commands of things to do. Now, these are acts of compliance, and they are designed to get the client comfortable with following instructions. These acts of compliance are very simple and direct commands, such as sit here, move closer, take a deep breath, feet flat on the floor, and so on. I remember an insurance salesman who was very good at his job. He had a desk with a chair on either side. He would invite his clients in. Regardless of what chair they sat on, he would tell them to move to the other chair for whatever reason. The purpose of that was an act of compliance, and he also used it to help demonstrate his authority. Step 2, the eye engagement. The eye engagement consists of the hypnotist silently looking into the eyes of the hypnosis subject. The amount of time of the eye engagement could take anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds. Now, that 5 to 30 seconds can seem very uncomfortable or too long amount of time to sit silently looking at someone in the eyes. The whole purpose of the eye engagement is to build anticipation in the hypnosis subject for what the hypnotist has to say next. Now, as a general rule, if you pay attention, you'll notice that when your client is ready, it will be very subtle, but ready to receive the instructions to begin the hypnosis process. Step 3, a slow, deep breath. Instructing the client to take a slow, deep breath at the very beginning of the hypnosis process accomplishes several things. It first of all acts like an act of compliance so that you know that the subject is following the instructions. It also has a very dramatic effect on the entire physiology of the subject. So remember that hypnosis is the result of narrowing the attention. And so by taking a very slow, deep breath, it tends to relax the entire physiology and allow that focus to begin to turn more inward in the subject. Step 4, the hypnotic induction. The hypnotic induction is the process, or the ritual as some people call it, that helps to continue to narrow the client's focus. Many people rely on the progressive relaxation induction. We do not. There will be numerous rapid inductions that will be instructed, and you're encouraged to learn them all, and from that choose the ones that you like, that you feel give you the very best results. And it should be pointed out that the hypnotic induction is just a small part of the entire hypnosis process. Many instruction videos simply teach only the induction, but it's just a small part of everything you're learning here. Step 5, the simple deepener. Now, the simple deepener is just the very first thing you say after the induction to start to narrow the subject's attention. Typically what it is simply saying deeper, deeper, deeper. Just focus even more enjoyably. And what that does is give them instructions so that their attention continues to narrow. Step 6, the boilerplate. Now, the purpose of the boilerplate is to tell the subject how to respond to all of the outside environment, all the outside possible distractions such as noise and temperature. It also tells the hypnosis subject how to respond to the hypnotist's instructions. Step 7, complex deepeners. The complex deepener is designed to even further narrow the subject's attention. It differs from the simple deepener in that it requires more description and more setup from the hypnotist. And you'll get several very good complex deepeners that create a very dramatic effect in people. Step 8, the golden box. Now, the golden box is the step that contains the actual change work desired by the hypnosis subject. It is where all the magic takes place, and it is a very simple and direct process. I think you'll find it very interesting. Step 9, the magic mirror. This step, the magic mirror, is often referred to as ego strengthening. Its purpose is to enhance the overall well-being of the hypnosis subject and to absolutely ensure that when they emerge from hypnosis, they are feeling great, they're feeling awesome, they're feeling absolutely wonderful. Step 10, the X Adduction. Now, X Adduction is a term that was coined by Jeff Stephens to simply mean the wake up. It's the part of the hypnosis session where the subject is brought back into the wide awake, fully alert conscious state. Now, those are the 10 steps. As you learn these 10 steps, you will get the complete picture of how the Stephens Hypnosis Method works. 10 steps are big enough to cover everything that you need, yet small enough so that you can easily remember them. It could benefit you to memorize every one of these steps. I'm not going to require it, but you'll find that knowing these steps ahead of time creates sort of a flow with your hypnosis sessions, and it allows you to focus even more on the subject as opposed to how well you are doing. Those are the 10 steps of the Stephens Hypnosis Method. In the next video, we will start to discuss each one of these steps in detail.